Hello and welcome back to another episode of Royal Watcher podcast, where I'm joined again by our really special guests, Kaspar and Jakob, and we're going to talk about the Danish state visit to Norway, which came just after a week after their state visit to Sweden. And I think this one was as kind of important as the Swedish one because of the close family ties and also this bond that the two nations have had for centuries.
It was very beautiful, and the weather was fantastic.
Oh, definitely.
And yet again, they came sailing on the Royal Danish yacht Dannebro, and the Royal Yacht Norway was also in the sea.
On dock, yes.
But it was beautiful to see that they were firstly received by the Crown Prince couple, Mette-Marit and Håkon, and then after that they were taken into to be greeted by King Harald and Queen Sonja, and you could see the pleasure to say hi to them, as we talked in the past podcast about how the king received each other. But this was so heartful, and the Danish king just went up to his, I think he called him Uncle Harald, and just gave him two big kisses and one on each cheek. It was just first formal and then personal. It was beautiful.
Yeah, very special. And another kind of special link here we got was Queen Mary wearing, I think for this second time really, jewels that she now has as the Queen of Denmark. And this is a small ruby and diamond brooch that comes from Queen Lovisa, and a pair of earrings from Queen Margrethe, which are from the 60s, and Van Cleef and Arpels, I believe.
And those earrings are with rubies in one side and sapphires in the others. And they were a personal gift to her from the Queen. But I think we have to guess that this brooch he's wearing is from the Lucia Fideikommis, this family fund, because it doesn't state that it was owned by the Queen or that it was, or if it's loaned by her. But I think it's from the family fund because it is from Queen Lovisa.
Definitely. And Queen Margrethe isn't really known for sharing jewels on random occasions. So this definitely must be one of those that have passed on.
Yeah.
So, and I love kind of the
nice
earrings
to
of it.
see her in, I just love to see her with an antique piece.
Same here. Yeah. And I really like it was a bit understated for something kind of this big, but I like that she gave us something new and it had a family link because Queen Lovisa is, I believe, the great grandmother of King Harald. So
Yeah, yeah.
Great grandmother, I think, from two sides.
So it had a good connection. And then you saw Queen Sonja was in the Danish colors and giving the bouquet. I like the way that with jewelry and with the clothes they are showing respect to each other.
Oh, definitely. And I liked Mary, again, repeating an outfit. She wore this for Queen Margaret's Jubilee, I believe. And the blue is a lovely shade. And then Princess Astrid, I believe, was my favorite because I really like the blue and white combination, as you
She's
guys know.
always
Very well done.
beautiful. I love a woman of her age. She's 92 years old. That she's always
present.
Yes.
And we saw a Mette-Marit, who has been known to be a disaster a couple of times in the past, and more recently as well. But this was a lovely kind of arrival outfit and suited her very well.
I think it suited her, but I would have loved this grayish color to have had a more like spring color, but it looked nice. I like the model.
Yeah, she looked well put together. And I think this kind of arrival, like as we were just discussing, the Swedish stuff seemed more formal, but this was much more intimate.
Yeah. But you could see these feelings that are between them. You can see their family, but they are also friends. But I also like what we talked about in the past podcast. The subject of many of these state visits now is with green energy and sustainability, and of course the Queen has to show it in her dresses.
Oh yeah,
like with throughout there could be something new added, but something can be reworn or upcycled or something. It's showing good style.
It's a thought that I think really does count in this sort of situation where you can tell that there has been a lot of kind of planning behind this decision.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the state banquet that evening, which was a very special occasion because we got to see Queen Mary for the first time wearing the Royal Plot tiara and the Khedive of Egypt earrings. And then the rest of the ladies were kind of in their usual stuff. But I just wanted to start off with this shot here and then move on because I wanted your initial thoughts, and then we'll discuss the individual ladies later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like with Harold, and I love the kind of placement with usually we see the two heads of state or the visiting head of state is usually in front, but the fact that they had Harold in front with Mary was a very kind of interesting thing in my eyes, because it's usually should be the visiting Frederik and Sonia would be in front, and then Harold and Mary would be behind them.
What I noticed a lot here is that when they were greeting the guests and when they came in and said he he looked so fresh and happy of his age and with that operation he just had, but you
Exactly.
could see he was happy. He was he had an aura around him, and the way he's smiling and talking, it was nice,
It
very
was
nice.
a nice kind of thing to see after we've known he's been ill for the past couple of
We
months.
have been quite worried about him, so
Yeah. No, and kind of now let's get on to Mary because she has refurbished a gown. And I'm not sure about you, but I think this is another kind of unsuccessful endeavor because I really like the original version. And with this kind of look, I feel like it's much too fussy, and the fact we didn't get to see the necklace in any form just kind of takes away from that. And love the tiara on her, but otherwise not really a fan of the asymmetrical hem and the whole kind of
mm,
fabric.
I, I I would have preferred it without this stiffong around. The gown is nice as it is, but
Yeah.
I wish she would have worn the necklace for it. It would have given something. But very nice. We all guessed that okay, if she didn't came in the rubies, she would definitely come in the pearls, and
No,
she did.
no, and that is nice to see because that is what we have been really expecting for these state visits. And it's at the same time it's kind of said that Queen Margarita wore the same pearls and the same gown for both Sweden and Norway within a month of each other for her first state
Yeah,
visit. So maybe we should be glad that Mary hasn't done the same. And she's kind of changed
yeah.
up her look a bit, even though not enough for us.
But well, it's so nice to see the well, Queen Margrethe has always worn the pearls very
Yeah.
regal and nicely, but she has another hair color, and
Yeah,
so it's nice to see them in this mahogany color,
definitely.
and it suits Mary
Indeed.
quite well.
And
And she got a new hairdresser, so
I think the hairdresser's been doing really well. Not a fan of the new stylist. That's all. With King Harald, we have him wearing the elephant, and also he's the Grand Commander of the Order of the Dannebrog. So he has that little neck badge there, and I believe that's only awarded to 8 people. So he's
yeah.
one of the few that has it. I King Carl Gustav has it as well, but that's a
But
kind of special piece of Danish insignia.
it was quite interesting to see that King Harald gave the Danish king the order in this gold chain, but
Yeah.
neither of them wore the gold chain in the evening.
Yes, because I mean
So
the
when
Danish
is it
gold chain
going
is
to?
not war. And I remember, I'm not sure if I sent you this, but there's this, King Harald also gave the gold change to King Willem Alexander of the Netherlands. And he
Mm,
asked him, when is the chain going to be born? And Harald said, I have no idea. I only wear the opening of Parliament and never again. So it's mostly just there for the significance, but I don't think they'll be wearing it. Unless, I think maybe they could wear it at a funeral or a
I
wedding,
was
but
actually going
probably
to
been
ask you
putting it.
about that if they would actually have it. Well, of course, one day King Harald will pass away. If they will, the kings will come and then they will wear this gold chain.
Yeah, I don't recall them wearing the gold chain for King Olaf's funeral.
Okay.
They did wear it for the inauguration oath ceremony they have in Norway. So if the Scandinavian royals are invited to that, maybe King Frederik could wear it for that, but I'm not really sure that will happen. But otherwise, there's no kind of occasion where he may wear it.
And then Jacob, we saw the emeralds from Sweden.
Again,
Okay.
what would they do? Well, I mean, the Norwegians have quite a big lot from the UK, but
Yes, but they don't wear
mm,
that.
no,
Except the
but I'm
one tiara.
yeah, but Queen Josephina, she was one rich lady.
She definitely was. And I love this gown. I think this is the one that I was really hoping to see because we know Queen Sonia will always repeat something. It's hard for
Yeah.
her to do something new. And of all the ones she could have repeated, this is probably one of the best ones, especially because it has that tie to her first state visit.
It
To
also has another tie to Denmark because it's actually designed by a Danish haute couture fashion man called Erik Mortensen, and he was living his whole life in Paris, working for Balmain, and he designed dresses for Queen Sonia and Queen Sirikit of Thailand, and oh, I lost. There was one more queen, but he made this dress for Sonia and the yellow one.
There it is. This one, I think, is much more successful. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorites. Yeah, with the coral, and I think of all things that these do work really good with the emeralds, which is not something that can always be said. Because I believe she wore them with the pearls a few months ago.
I know we have seen the emeralds a lot, but they are beautiful. But
Oh,
he has so many other beautiful tiaras and jewelry. So
yeah, she could have worn. If I think if Mary had worn the rubies in Norway, then she might have worn the diamond tiara and not the emeralds. But
yeah,
we never know now. Yeah, it was again very
and
special. And then we had
mm,
the final the two ladies, Mette Marit. Very disappointing, I must say, and the outfit and the jewels, because I think this was our main thing that we've been hoping for, that because this is such a special state visit, we might see finally after decades Queen Maud's diamond tiara, but
But
such luck.
when hasn't she disappointed us?
Yeah, that is true. Actually, I
but
think last time in Denmark last year, she wore a really lovely gown, and that made up for the disappointment in the jewels. This time, the
No,
gown
it
was awful,
didn't.
the jewels were awful. The hair was
I
nice.
like the I actually like the original gown of this one. Like, but now she
Same
added a
here.
new jacket. And was
Yeah.
it you that who saw that both Mette Marit's dress and the Queen Mary's dress was last used in Sweden on the same occasion?
Yes, Prince Carl Philip's wedding.
Yeah, but I was I'm always very naive, hoping that she one day will turn up with one of the tiaras or a piece of jewelry from Princess Ragnhild that she had in use for her lifetime. But they have been given back to the palace many years ago.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she's wearing the Queen Maud's Order of Victoria and Albert bracelet that was given to Ingrid
yeah,
Alexandra. And she could have very much borrowed the Boucheron tiara from Ingrid Alexandra to wear to this event as well. Because
yes,
one thing I found very disappointing is the fact that Ingrid Alexandra was there for the lunch, but decided not to come to the banquet, which I think is very disappointing given this
that
is probably the
was
last
quite
state
odd.
visit for ages.
Yeah, I found that odd
Same here.
But
because
did she
she looked
decide for
fresh.
her?
Sorry, what did you say, Jacob?
I said, did she decide for herself not to go, or wasn't she invited?
I
We
mean,
don't
that's
know.
the big
I
question.
think that I think I think that had Christian been on the state visit, Ingrid would have been there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I like when they bring the crown prince or crown princess on some official state visits, like Queen Margrethe and Prince Henrik did with Prince Frederik in Thailand, and it's a nice thing.
Crown Princess Victoria went everywhere with them. I think
Yeah.
they went to Sweden and to Denmark, to Belgium, to Spain as well, if I remember correctly.
Wasn't she
And
a
then,
little bit older than
yeah, I think when maybe she's a working royal, then probably then. And I
It
think,
could be there, of course, that
yeah,
could be actually. But then Astrid,
missed
she didn't
opportunity.
disappoint us.
Yes, she wore
Astrid,
a lovely
she,
historic thing.
a turquoise from England and Denmark and all the three family orders because she can. And yeah, she has a nice collection.
Yes, and she loves to wear it off, which is very lucky for us. Because that tiara, I think, would not work on anyone other than Princess Astrid. It is
No, it's
quite
very
a
special.
yeah, interesting piece. But she wears it very well. And then these the necklace and the earrings, I think we were talking about the Norwegian historian from he discovered that they were actually wedding gifts to Queen Lovisa from her Danish in-laws.
Yes.
So one thing that hasn't come
That's
from
true.
Sweden, Jacob, and um,
Well,
And they came from Denmark, yeah.
it's one thing out of the rest.
But
And
this
then
tiara is a true timepiece.
it,
It's from it's yeah it's a yeah. What can you say? It's like a time lock, or it's as you said, it's different to wear for others, but it's really it has not been altered or redesigned or anything.
yeah, I think definitely one of those really special pieces. And I mean, Astrid's gown is probably a good 20 years old, but the fact that she's up on her feet and walking and is very special. And she's still
Yes,
up.
she's
If
a
only she had the
stubborn.
elephants to pair with these turquoises, that would be lovely. But again,
Yeah,
no
it was
elephant.
the blue dress would be so good with it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, let's move on to day two, which began with a hike and a subway ride for the king and queen with the Norwegian crown prince and princess. And then there was a luncheon at the fortress in Oslo, hosted by the Norwegian government. And it was, I think, 4 outfit changes for Queen Mary. Quite a
A
busy
lot
day.
of changes, yes.
Yes. But I think, again, like I chose these images because I felt, again, we see that family bond between the two royal families, and it's so close. And you can see they're genuinely delighted to be with each other. And that definitely must help kind of relations between the two countries as well.
It's nice to see. It is. You feel warm and you can feel it sincere and real.
Definitely. And then so the Norwegian state visit ended with another reception on the royal yacht. And this time we saw a glimpse of the Norwegian crown princely family and King Carl and Queen Sonja. And then I love the shots of them being greeted by the Danish king and queen, but nice outfits from all of them. Again, not as formal as you would have wanted, but I liked kind of these outfits. They're good for kind of a yacht in Norway in
Yes.
May. It gave a really nice spring feel.
Yeah, and Sonia, she loves the green, and she has this I wouldn't say fetish, but love of very big round necklaces,
Yes,
bead
statement.
necklaces. Yeah.
But overall, I think a lovely state visit, and again, different from the Swedish one. I think it was much more restrained, or because of the fact that we had already gotten used to the firsts, it was less kind of frenzy for us who are following along.
Yeah, but a funny thing is that the day they arrived, it was the Danish um, king and queen's 20 years wedding
Oh,
anniversary.
yes, it was. So
So
very
whatever gift he
festive.
gave her, we don't know yet, but
Yeah,
it
that's
was
something nice and big with diamonds.
hopefully yes.
He had the wedding tiara reset into something nicer.
That could be,
Hopefully, we
or
can
one of
hope.
or one
Yeah.
of the things from Elizabeth's auction, like the
Oh, yeah.
emerald bracelet, or yeah,
Yeah.
that,
Or
that could
maybe
be
the
nice.
French tiara from Ingolf and Rosie.
Ooh,
That would be. It's not the most prettiest piece, but we'd accept
but
it.
yes.
So, overall, what were your thoughts on this state visit and kind of concluding both kind of state visits? How do you think this tells us a lot about the new reign of King Frederick and Queen Mary and what we can look forward to?
Like it's formal, but it also has some on formalities in it, and they like to put in some nature that they have to move around and like walk or hiking, or they want to go and see something with sustainability, or and then of course the reuse in the gowns. So there's a lot of new signs there, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the reuse of the gowns was something Queen Daisy was very much known for, but they're really making their own marks with this kind of nature and sustainability and that sort of technical and kind of educational aspect of their state visits, which was not seen in the past.
well,
It
I mean,
was
sustainability this, sustainability that. I
yeah
mean, it's known that Frederick and Mary flew to Sweden,
yeah.
and then they went, then they boarded
The
Danebro. I don't know. I think they flew to Oslo as well.
No,
No,
I,
they actually
Did they
sailed.
go by boat though?
yeah,
They flew
Paris
home
flew
from
back.
Stockholm,
Yeah,
but they sailed to
Oslo,
Oslo, and then the king sailed back, and the queen she flew back.
because she had
Yeah.
some engagement.
Yeah,
So I mean,
but I get your point in that sustainability there, where I have been sitting here and preaching.
And
But
kind of
yeah, on a
probably the
grander
fuel and the
scale,
cost of running the yacht is probably not that sustainable either.
no. But it's actually, as they say, as we say, it's the royal yacht, but it's it's an army ship.
Yeah,
If there's something the army can, all the guests on it are from the military, military trainees.
yes.
The chefs and everything around that is
So they don't have to cover the cost, basically.
in that way. No,
Yeah.
it's covered by the Danish Marine.
Yeah. No, that must be good for them. But I think overall, this was a lovely introduction to the new reign.
It
And
is.
it
They're
is,
actually going on next month. They will sail to the Faroe Islands, and
yeah.
in July, in the end of June, they will go to Greenland on Dannebrog as well.
And I suspect that later on this year, they'll might do, if not a state visit to the United Kingdom, at least an official visit, because it's the centenary of the Anglo-Danish Society. And
That would
so
be lovely.
I think there will be a visit or something to do with the UK as well, because that was usually number 3 on the list after Sweden and Norway.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Now we are waiting for the Japan imperial family to come to
Yes,
England, then we can come right after.
definitely. So no, it was lovely to talk to you both today, and I gained so
Thank
much of your
you.
expertise and your knowledge on these two royal families and everything to do with them. So it's lovely to have you on, and we'll have your links included in the bio for everyone to follow along. Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.